Hey, it's Diesel live again.
Scott Kia has been on board since day one, and the other day Scott Kia gave me a really cool car to take home and just check out and see. This is one of those rides that when you see, you're like, what kind of car is that? That's how Optima do. This is the EX GDI version. Oh, do you want to see something wild? Check out the trunk. Okay. Okay, check this out. Look how big this trunk is. The trunk goes all the way to the back. You could literally fit a set of golf clubs all the way to the back. One thing you gotta like too is when you see the fender, the way it flares out right there. I like that. A lot of cars will go straight down on you. I like the fact that it flares out. It almost like it has a ground effects kit built onto the car. Look at that. Just the way it's so sleek. All right. Come up to the door hand. Because you've got the key fob in your hand, you don't need to use a key. You just press it. It does everything for you. Locks, unlocks from the seats that are beautiful to sit in, and then they've got also the stitching in it, so you get that accent as well. Oh, we'll talk about the huge navigation package, which is fantastic. So a couple things are going to happen. When I close the door, just because it knows I'm in here, it welcomes me to the car. I haven't even pressed anything yet. Then you press this, you put the brake on, you press the start button, watch the seat. Automatically. We're moving forward. Don't know if you can see that because it goes to your preset as soon as you start the car. Up here, it gives you basically, you know, the temperature, what gear you're in, all that kind of stuff. But it has a picture of the car, which is cool. Especially when you go over here and you press the climate control button. It gives you a picture of the car and where exactly it's coming in from. You've got the USB port as well and the iPhone, iPod hookup. You have not only heated seats that go through a couple of settings, but you have cooled seats. Papa Diesel and I are huge fans of the cooled seats. Are you kidding me? We play a game where when we're driving somewhere, so we'll turn the heat seats on each other on a hot day just to mess with each other. But these are cool seats, huge. One thing about the dash too, it almost has like a retro feel to it, right up around there. Just the whole dash package feels a bit retro for me. I love it. This is gonna be one of the coolest features. So you just press the close button. Is that not, like, are you kidding me? Who rolls like this? Two sunroofs, and as soon as you just pop the button because you want the sunroof open like that, they both open. They both revolve into the same cavity. Here's another thing I found too. If you look at the gas pedal on the bottom, it's hinged to the floor. Take a look at your gas pedal these days. They're all floating. They all are on basically like a little bar behind it, and they're all floating. This one's attached to the floor like the old muscle cars used to be. This is what I say, like, it's got a bit of old inspiration, but it's not like a Korean inspiration. It's more like an American inspiration. Maybe it's just for the American cars and Canadian cars, but it's attached to the floor, which even when you're just depressing it with your foot, it just feels nice. It's way different. Little nicety here, the gear shift knob. How cool is that? You take it down, and you've got the Tektronix again. You can shift up and down. Tells you what gauge, what gear you're in on the thing. I'm sorry, I just crawled into the front. Whew. It was hot in there. I got stuck in the back of the car. If you're ever a dog or a baby that gets stuck in the car and people leave you, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. One of the other cool things too is when you have the sunroofs open, from the outside you can't really see that you've got sunroofs or that they are open. One more thing I did want to show you was you come around here. One of the nice little things with Kias that I found with the Sorento and with this one is that you have like a really classy chrome plate here, and it is chrome. It's real chrome. This one has Kia kind of in almost like a bubbly diamond letter with some red in there, glassy type letters. So when you go to the dealership and you ask them about that, they're not going to use the term glassy type letters. They're not going to say that. 2011 Kia Optima. We're just checking it out. This thing is phenomenal, by the way. So this is where the trunk is going to, or the hood's going to open. A little bit different because it leaves a little bit of space here. It's unlike a lot of the cars now. There's personality in these cars. But here's the thing I like. This one is on. Okay, some people will be like, oh, it's got these special tune port injection. No, I like the fact that it's got a rod that a gas shock will lift up the hood for you, and you don't have to fiddle around to try and find your stick. Can I tell you one of my favorite? Sorry, Jimmy, we're recording here.
I have to get memory thing for my camera.
Okay. Can we do the show? Can I continue?
What show?
Well, I'm recording. All right, so I think one of my favorite things I talked about was the pedal and how it was connected to the floor like the older cars.
Right.
But I think here's what, let me tell you why. It's comfortable, and if you're wearing flip-flops, if you've ever had a brake pedal or a gas pedal, when you push too far, it's slipped underneath, your foot slips underneath and you get stuck. This will never do that because you're to the floor. Jimmy's pretending to be interested right now.
And it's one thing I like about this car, it's very comfortable.
And what else do you like about the car?
I like the backup camera.
Yep, it's the whole screen because it's the navigation system.
Now, does this have a backup beeper? No.
No, you'd have to buy a bus for that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the car, and when I do that, it'll move my seat back. Thank you for driving me. It's telling you, are you kidding me? A car that no matter who does not like you during the day, whether it's a customer, a client, a wife, a husband, kids, grandparents, whatever it is, when you finish driving this car and when you start driving this car, you know that something will love you. This car will